My thing is this. How come it took all these years for Macho Man to be inducted into the Hall of Fame? How come Miss Elizabeth is not in the Hall of Fame? You know, yeah, now Macho Man's in. It took Bruno Sammartino forever to be put in the Hall of Fame. It took Warrior forever to be put in the Hall of Fame. Miss Elizabeth is still not in there. I think China should go in, and it's rumored that she's going in this year, but the fact that she's not in is a crime. Because what China did for the WWE Women's Division, she was the first woman that people looked at, you know what? She could hang with the guys. And she did. She won the Intercontinental Championship. China was a trailblazer. How she's not in the Hall of Fame yet, I don't know. Rick Rude is another one. Rick Rude for sure should be in the Hall of Fame. Owen Hart should be in the Hall of Fame. Ivan Koloff should be in the Hall of Fame. Hell, who ended Bruno Sammartino's amazing streak as the world champion? It was Ivan Koloff. The Steiners aren't in. The Freebirds aren't in. And, you know, it all comes down to who is making these decisions for the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, it's not like baseball. It's not like pro sports where there's a committee. There's one man making this decision, and that's Vince McMahon. And that's not good. Now, there's an actual Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in upstate New York. You can look it up. They have a criteria. They have prerequisites. They spell it out for you what they're looking for someone to be in the Hall of Fame. You don't have that with the WWE. It's whoever Vince wants to put in. Carlos Colon? Really? He's in there? Vince was in bed with WWC. So why not put Colon in there? And he wanted WWC tapes for his library. So let's put Carlos Colon in there. Coco Beware. Is he a Hall of Famer? No, he's not. Coco Beware is not a Hall of Famer. He's not. This whole celebrity wing too, Drew Carey, Donald Trump, Pete Rose, they have no place in the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't care if it's a celebrity wing or not. I don't know if Paul Ellering in the Hall. I don't know if Paul Ellering is in the Hall of Fame too. One of the greatest managers of all time. You know, it's never going to change with people saying, how come it's taking this person so long to be in the Hall of Fame? How come it's taking this person so long to be in the Hall of Fame? Why isn't this person in the Hall of Fame? Because it comes down to one person making that choice, and that's Vince McMahon. And let's face it. Vince had beef with Bruno. Vince had beef with the Macho Man. Vince does not like Rick Rude. Vince had beef with the Ultimate Warrior. Vince had beef with China. And again, I don't know if he has beef with Ivan Koloff or all these other guys, but if Vince doesn't think that you should be in the Hall of Fame, that you're not going in the Hall of Fame. And that's not right. You got to have a committee. Someone posted on my Twitter, you should have the fans vote for the WWE Hall of Fame. You can't have that. You can't have that. That's going a little bit too extreme. Because who knows? You know, fan votes, they'll put in D'Lo Brown and Al Snow in the Hall of Fame. But knowing Vince, if he put Coco Beware in there for the Bird, guarantee he's putting Al Snow in there. Guarantee you. With Head. Knowing Vince, he'll just put Head in the Hall of Fame. But that's your answer, folks. Who makes all these decisions? Who decides who's going in the Hall of Fame? That's Vince. And if Vince doesn't like you, well, too bad. And that's not right. It's long overdue for the Macho Man. But again, hey, who's making the decision on who should induct Macho Man? That's Vince. Hogan. Come on. Really? Why isn't Kevin Nash also in the Hall of Fame for just Kevin Nash? Why isn't? I mean, I know Razor Ramon's in there, but I think Scott Hall, the character Scott Hall, should be in the Hall of Fame. Razor Ramon, yeah, because Razor Ramon was the WWF version. Scott Hall should have went in as Scott Hall, and the fact that Kevin Nash is not in. Again, I don't think Kevin Nash is high on Vince's love list. But you go to you Google Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, upstate New York, you'll see a real wrestling Hall of Fame. They have criteria of who should be in the Hall of Fame, what they're looking for in a Hall of Famer. And you don't have that with the WWE Hall of Fame. And that's why I think, me personally, the WWE is not really a Hall of Fame. It's cool. It's fun for the fans. But the real Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame is in upstate New York. This is just, I even though it's defunct, I think the WCW Hall of Fame holds more credibility than the WWE Hall of Fame. I think it holds more credibility. Because from what you hear, the WCW actually had a committee on voting who got into the Hall of Fame. With WWE, it's Vince. If Vince doesn't like you, you're not going in. And to me, I don't think you can really count that as a Hall of Fame.